So special thanks to AKAF, Aga Khan Foundation. We've been working with them very closely in Kwale and Kilifi counties, but they go beyond that. They are here to showcase some of the work they do at ECD, as well as how they retool their teachers and some of the resources that they have. We are also working with Kenya National Library Services, and they are here to tell us about their world of play and how they have been doing this to ensure that there is play in the classroom, but also with the libraries. Then we have Semastea. They've been a close partner. They have trained our teachers, our CSOs, but today they were also talking about how they are using that to retool the teachers across the country. We also have Akili Kids who are using television as part of digital or the technology to continue supporting learning at home. We have Tech Kids who are doing a lot of work on coding and robotics and skills like those, which are also important in ensuring that there is creativity, there is curiosity among the learners. We have Cheza who are working on dance and using dance to look at social-emotional learning as well as improve the learning outcomes. We also have our partners, EdTech East Africa, who we are also working closely with in terms of looking at EdTech partners, and they have allowed us to interact and integrate some of the partners that they have to also come to this conference. And then we have Education Unlimited, and these are our male partners who are also going to be sharing about some of the learning outcomes and some of the research they have done on the K-Play activities. So these are some of the partners that we have been with and the partners who have joined us this afternoon. So we'll be learning from them what they do, how they integrate play and technology in the classrooms, and how they retool the teachers, because the teachers are at the center of it all.
The intention here is to take back learning to the learner, and the learner is used to an enjoyable environment, a friendly atmosphere, a collaborative context where they learn.
It's not very difficult to apply this methodology or approaches. Why I've said this is I have seen the learner being given some stones, let's say for example stones, bottle tops, and many other things. And through play, they are able to learn the numeracy skills very fast while still enjoying the learning itself.
IREX, what it has done, all these activities, they lead to the sustainability of the curriculum in a way that we are talking of creating a 21st century learner, a learner who is able to be adapted to any kind of environment, any part of this world.
One of the highlights for me, especially having participated in this first symposium last year and now kind of seeing the evolution of this symposium to this year, is number one, having really deep government participation in these discussions. I think through some of the conversations we've been seeing deep alignment between playful learning or creative learning and CBC. And there's a big acknowledgement by our partners in government on how important this approach is to the implementation of CBC, but also to inclusion of many different learners and teachers within the current education system. So an acknowledgement that this learning is evidence-based, that it's inclusive, and actually fosters greater learning outcomes.
One of the greatest things is we are having a lot of quality audience, and the quality audience we're talking about here is these are stakeholders that are within the entire ecosystem of education, whereby every conversation that was being discussed forth was a conversation that was actually having content that was actually geared towards also policy formulation. And my hope is that we just make sure that everything that we're discussing here, everything that we're trying to articulate and break down within the education ecosystem and the solutions we're coming up with are able to trickle down to the last mile, which is the learner, and which is also the government being able to actually come forward and implement or push the implementation to be a mandatory, but not just a story of a policy document that is sitting within the shelves of the ministries.
When I come to such symposiums, I'm looking forward to embracing different innovative approaches that teachers, caregivers, parents and other education stakeholders are adapting in improving learning outcomes. How are we as a nation embracing the new competency-based curriculum and actioning it, within our classrooms? How are we supporting teachers to really lean into what they know and build their agency in making decisions in their classroom?
We've been able to learn a lot. The different sessions that different partners have been able to showcase and exhibit, all along to be able to promote creative learning.
Initially, I thought I would come and make a presentation on what evidence we have, but I realized actually all the evidence we have was sitting in that room. We had teachers, we had parents, we had CSOs, we had supervisors. So I wanted to do it differently. I wanted us to generate the evidence together, and I think it was refreshing to be able to see just a shift from waiting to hear what you should do and you're the one that actually has ownership in your classroom. It's not just about understanding or helping you to leverage technology to be able to pick up all of this data that then you use to inform how you do your teaching practice and then also inform decisions.
My hope is that we just make sure that everything that we're discussing here, everything that we're trying to articulate and break down within the education ecosystem and the solutions we're coming up with are able to trickle down to the last mile, which is the learner, and which is also the government being able to actually come forward and implement or push the implementation.
We've had people from different organizations, different backgrounds, all working towards that same goal and trying to achieve and encourage playful learning in both schools and around the communities, so that it can be more fun and interactive as they build on peer learning and collaboration with each other.
The amazing work being done by these organizations and these experts that have been a part of the sessions with can only be scaled if the funding is available.
To sustain the program also on K-Play activities is to ensure that those teachers who have been trained, they pass the information to other teachers and they form the COPs, community of practice, where these practices are taught from one teacher to the other, and then they should also monitor their progress.
I've really enjoyed this conference because we are talking about playfulness and reintroducing creativity back.
Working together with government is a long game, right? So they're not just looking for easy solutions, they're looking for partners to walk the journey with them. I think they're very open, they're willing to move in this direction. I think, again, all of the champions that we've had represented here at the symposium have overwhelmingly said how powerful play is in the classroom.
I'll urge more teachers, those who have been trained, to continue spreading the creative learning activity, because knowledge shared is so sweet.
I'll just urge parents, stakeholders, the development partners to keep on supporting this work because it is important. It helps create an ecosystem for learning, but it also helps make the world a better place.
As this program K-Play is now winding up with us in our primary schools, what I would like to appreciate and even promise that I will really work hard to ensure whatever we have gathered is sustained in our schools.
As we come to a close of the symposium, it has been very successful. We have received very good feedback from our partners who came in great numbers. I think one of my big highlights was the turnout. There were very many partners. Everybody we invited came, from the government officials to all our partners, so that was very exciting. The second bit is just listening to the inspiring stories about play and technology in the classroom, interacting with the teachers and just seeing how things are done in the classroom. So the power of play was evident at this symposium.